Welcome to Zentangle Project Pack number 14. This is day 9.
Ooh.
My name is Rick.
Hi, I'm Maria, and that went really quickly. We're going to do this last day's project on a tile because we actually put some tiles in there, and I thought,
one in the pack.
Yeah, there was a couple in the pack, and I thought, well, let me do just a little quick exercise on a tile just to get you back to
back
to basics. So we're going to work with the PN, the Zentangle pencil, and the tortillon. Do some old friends and a new one.
Yes, this is going to be fun.
Yeah. So we're going to appreciate this beautiful paper. These tiles are just so awesome to work on. How lucky we are to be able to have these at our fingertips more often than not. And we're going to start with our Zentangle pencil.
And the dot is the starting point,
That is
right?
our starting point. That's our string.
That's our string. Our dot, border, and string.
Dot, border, and string. We're going to use the PN. The Micron PN is a really cool pen, and we're going to start a tangle called Tripoli, and I love Tripoli, and it came on earlier even than I think Fragments and Reticuli came before that, and
it basically it's based on a triangle,
right?
And one of the ideas that Molly came up with is instead of drawing a triangle, is drawing a line. And see what Maria's doing. Yeah.
So we're going to draw our first equilateral triangle, and they don't have to be that equal, but just a little bit equal. And then we're going to aura. Don't try to draw another triangle. Just aura that one line, and then turn your tile so that that line is at the bottom. And I'm going to put a little dot there, and we're going to shoot the other two lines up there. So this is going to get you used to making an equilateral triangle without straying from the other triangle. So here we go, aura, nice beautiful aura. Turn your tile.
Yeah, and putting that first aura in is the key here.
That's the key right there. Because what we're looking for is to have sort of an even spacing between the triangles. So eventually you might want your triangles to be all different sizes, which is really great. But there's a different way to do that. So here's your aura.
And even if they are different sizes or shapes, the space between them has that similar resonance. Just take your time.
This is a great tangle. I love this. So the last triangle in the circle, you will be auraing two sides and then just joining them. And then you can go anywhere on that grouping and add another triangle and keep going around and around.
Until you have as many as you decide that you want.
Yeah. And then you can fill in between afterwards. It's a great little exercise.
And the principle here is, it's the repetition of that pattern, and it can grow in any direction. And the secret, again, is aura.
Right. So we're going to fill some triangles in. Now this is going to have two auras on this one because it's the last one in the group. So aura and aura. And then join them.
Very simple. One stroke at a time.
We're going to go all around and do like a bundle or what, an umbel. I just learned that in the flower kingdom,
Right.
an umbel, U-M-B-E-L, is a very specific clustering of flowers, like on Queen Anne's lace.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like that. We're now going to go into each of these beautiful triangles and draw a small orb. I draw my orbs counterclockwise, but you can do whatever you want. Here we go.
Just retouching
Yeah,
there.
just retouching. So just to show you what we're going to do here, a little bit bigger so you can see, we're going to do the beginnings of the tangle well. When I draw my well, I start at the circle and go to the corner. So we're going to do number 9s. Everything is a number 9. You're going to circle that orb, go around the circle, restate the line, and then go to the corner. And there's your 9. As long as the 9 is facing down, you're all set.
And this is a neat thing to go back and look at day 6 as a comparison of how Maria and I approach well.
Right. So this is now, you're going to be on autopilot for a while, taking your time, realizing that you're making 9s in this particular exercise.
Right, so each one of these is going to be the same shape repeated in each one, and you'll notice that the meta pattern is totally different from the one in day 6.
Right. Look how beautiful that's coming along, right? So you'll end up using Tripoli often because it's just such a elegant looking, unexpected cluster. And when you fill them, you don't see squares, you don't see triangles, you don't see anything. You just see these beautiful images. Now we're going to add something a little bit new, and we're going to use an old tangle to do it, a really old tangle. So we're going to sort of draw the beginnings of like a feather shape, taking your time, and it's going to come to a point at the end.
So what I think is really cool here is that what you just did is turn the negative space between the triangles into a positive space as it comes out. It's a real fun exercise. So this, one of our first tangles was fescue, and it is
simple
very
tangle.
simple, and so Maria's going to play with it and take it in a different application.
So that's basically a fescue.
Right.
We could wiggly line and a little ball bearing at the end, or bead at the end. So we're going to put fescue along both sides of this stem or spine, whatever you would want to call it. And I'm going to use my pen pressure a little bit here, and I'm going to, where I start off, I'm going to press hard, and then I'm going to go light, light. You can see the line get finer. Pressure, and then let go. There you go. And we're going to do this all the way up to the tip, going in and out. And sometimes this is an unusual tangle in that we cross lines. Rick was talking about this before, that as time went on, we didn't do that so much, but this was one of the early tangles, and it just is so light and lovely and springy, and so you can see where it's going. You can go back and forth or side by side, but it's that weighting at the spine there. It will have a different look. You'll see. Look at what I just went on top of the other ones.
And I like how, as it gets towards the end, it has this sort of like fragility, or it's like in the wind and it's moving around. That nice light imprecision.
Going to go all the way up.
Nice.
Then you're going to turn your tile, and you're going to go in the other direction. again, with that weighting, you can see the weighting, the effect it has. It's so cool. With this micron pen, you can press pretty hard and then just let it go and almost have no pressure. Pressure, pressure, and none.
It's like each one has its own desire of where it wants to go, but it's a little hesitant as it's going. I love that.
How fun is that, right? Look how pretty. Looks like it is going in the wind, right?
Right.
And like Rick said, the spine goes into the negative space of the Tripoli. How pretty is that? So we're going to add, I think, a few other little downy feathers, like downy
at
little
the bottom,
at the bottom, just to kind of get a feeling.
And that's a really light touch on that.
With our pencil, we're going to go into the well sixes, and we're going to go on. We're going to shade the inside of the 6, or the outside of the 9,
or the inside of the upside down 9.
Yeah, it's the inside of the inside of the 9. Yeah,
the inside of the curve there.
The 9 or the 6, depending on where you have it.
Look at that. I love that. Now it makes it like gently curving under itself.
And the weaving it's going to create is going to be beautiful in a very simple way. So we're going to do that. It seems like an overwhelming job to do each one of those, but it's part of the meditation. And enjoy that part that you don't have to think too much. And you're saying inside the 9 or inside the 6.
And just focusing on the one that you're doing.
And sometimes when you miss one, you could just go over it with the tortillon, even without putting any graphite down. You'll have that much graphite on your tortillon. Look how pretty.
I guess that means you forgot one, right?
I'm looking and wondering if I did. I might not have. I don't know. But sometimes as you go along, you forget one, and you can get away with not even picking up your pencil again. Why, did you see one I forgot?
Yeah, I think so. And even when she's doing, or when you're doing the, using the tortillon, you're also turning your tile each time. No, I guess you got them all.
Oh, it's pretty, isn't it?
Look at that.
It's pretty.
Looks like a beautiful ornament.
Yeah.
Or a beautiful quill pen inkwell holder.
Right. So on the feathered fescue, say that 10 times fast, we're just going to add a little bit of graphite on the side of the spine there of the feather. Mm-hmm. Is that what you would call it? What's the middle?
Whatever it is. It's
that.
And it really lifts it up and pops that out there.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to put too much because you want it to be light and airy.
And neat transition as it goes into the Tripoli there.
Right.
Or comes out of the Tripoli or whatever.
This was so much fun. And by using old tangles in a new way, isn't that fun?
And this is another example of a cool transition. We end up doing that a lot. I like how you did it a little different on the other side there.
Yep. See, I didn't go way up to this. It's a little bit different.
Right.
And you'll see how what kind of an effect that has.
Huh.
Neat, huh?
Very nice.
I'm thinking we're going to see fescue feathers all over the place.
Right, and it's something, and that principle of negative to positive space, too, is something you can play with.
Right. This was so much fun. Oh, and I'm going to take that Micron 10 that's in the Project Pack, which is really a neat pen. And I'm kind of going pretty hard here. Again, the pen is stronger than the Micron 01s, and you can press down pretty hard.
And look at the different, texture she's putting to that line.
So what this will do is probably pop it off the paper a little more, give you some 3-dimension. And I'm
turning your tile.
Yeah, and I'm actually giving it a little dimple there where it goes in. I don't want it to be straight lines, and I'm not a big fan of straight lines. We had this conversation already, this project pack. So I'm going to add a little bit of a shade. Now watch this stuff before you actually do it. I'm aura-ing a couple of sides here of this 5-sided, 6-sided hexagon. And you can see what I did there. And I'm going to take my tortillon, the magic, wonderful tortillon, and soften it away from the umbel there, the Tripoli, and just give it a little shade.
But look what that does. It looks like you cut it away from the side and set it down. That, using shading as an aura.
Isn't that neat?
That's really neat. I love that. I think we're going to see a little bit of that now too.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's really cool.
I love this piece. It's a gentle, fairly quick meditation.
It's a great exploration.
Yeah.
I love it.
And taking an old tangle and making it new again is really fun.
Well, when you revisit something, it's like rereading a book that you liked. You see things in it that you didn't see the first time, and it's fresh. It can be very fresh. I like that. I'm look forward to seeing what people do with this, and what everybody does with all of the days in this project pack.
And I'm going to show you some of my explorations when I was working with what I wanted to grow out of these edges, like a potato, right? It looks like a potato.
Right.
And I had all kinds of things from funky-looking mucas to, I don't even know. Some of those were really crazy.
But I see the exploration.
And that's working with different shaped triangles. And here's the feathered
fescue exploration
on its own, which is really quite lovely.
Beautiful. So thank you, everybody, for spending time with us on this entire Project Pack series. And we'll have a wrap-up video shortly, and see you later.
See you later. Bye.
Bye now.